Hello, Blockheads! So once again, I am about to watch New Kids on the Block perform on Arsenio Hall, and this is actually from 1992, so we're going a little further back in time. Then we're gonna jump ahead again, I'm sure. Then we'll probably go back again. It's fine. That said, do let me know which New Kids early 90s, late 80s show you'd like me to check out next, because I know they have a lot more pay-per-views and things like that, and a Rock in Rio show, I believe. My point is, I know I have more to go in terms of their early concerts, so yeah, leave your recommendations below. But let's get into this.
Donnie Wahlberg's pants.
The right stuff. How long have you been here?
Since 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh, since 10 o'clock last night. Slept here last night.
I love you, Joe, and I hope you're watching this, and I'd love to rip off your pants.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I love you, Jordan.
I came to throw my pantyhose to Donnie.
Come out here for a minute. NKOTB, still kickings, whatever. Yeah. Okay. You mind if I sit here?
My guess.
What's your name?
Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Where you from?
San Francisco.
San Francisco. You've been reading the papers. You know what this evening is all about. What do you think about the allegations?
Well, I've seen him in concert 8 times in the last year, and I do not think that it's true.
Yeah.
Because, you can hear occasional bad notes.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing is just a lot of people that are a little upset about maybe not working for him anymore.
Uh-huh.
Not making some of the money.
Ugh.
Interesting.
Imagine being able to go to 8 concerts in a year.
Like, I always wondered, if you found out that one of your favorite groups lip sync, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's just not gonna happen with prices these days. Good for Linda.
Would you be mad?
Well, it really depends. The New Kids on the Block are dance-oriented, too. And a lot of bands, a lot of solo people, too, use backup tapes occasionally, use a little bit of stuff because they have to do the dance, too.
Because the way you all were acting outside, I got a feeling that if they didn't have heads, you all would still love them. You know?
I mean, not to get morbid, but
Very bright and very poised. How old are you?
22?
Ah. See?
I shouldn't say that.
2-year-olds still 23. See, a lot of the New Kids fans are like embryos. This is a big grown woman and her friend. Yes. Yeah. I wanna talk to somebody who doesn't look like a New Kids fan. Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm fine. What's your name?
Fred,
Fred, where you from?
Ontario, Canada.
Oh, my friends in Canada. Homie. What do you think about this whole controversy?
Well, I think with all the work that they have to do that's involved in a lot of these shows, they do get very tired. And if they have to lip sync, so be it.
You know what? Tonight, even though they've flown a long way, the fellas said, we singing tonight. Yeah. Jordan is real tired, and he said, I'm tired, but I'm singing. He said, I'm singing. Here's a gentleman that might have opinion. Everybody's heard of Maurice Starr. Oh, really? Y'all know Maurice Starr? Yes. For those of you who don't know who Maurice Starr is, he's the mastermind behind Perfect Gentleman, New Kids on the Block, New Edition. Yeah, a whole lot of people we love. Hi, Mr. Starr. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Come down here and sit. How you doing, man?
Yeah, pretty good. How you doing, Arsenio?
I'm all right. Exactly what is the lawsuit about? Who is it against? Is it you? Is it them?
Actually, it's probably I think he's using them to try to get to me, to try to get to some money. I believe that's really what it is, because the guys they're singing 100% tonight, and No one from our organization know him any money. So I think it's just like a lot of people sometimes take pop shots at people once they become superstars and stuff. So this.
You know, I've read interviews that you've done, and you say sometimes they've used background stuff, but all their leads. I know on this show, all their leads have always been live.
Always been live, all their leads.
Now, people say you're like the Rich Little of the ghetto. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. They don't say that exactly. That's kind of a term I made up. But what they mean is that you're kind of a mimic or an impressionist. And at any point, what are you, 38 years old?
I'm 38 now, just turned 38.
At any point, they say you could sound like a 14-year-old and say, Now, first, I tell you what, sing for me. Yeah, that's the way to end that. Because a lot of people say that you and your brother do 20% and upward the singing for the group. Sing for me, anything. I don't care. Cowboys to girls. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I honestly did not realize he is also a singer. So that's news to me.
I don't know what my next question is now. Have you ever sang on one of their albums?
Only background with the guys, and it's great. I'm pretty sure anybody in here would love to sing some backgrounds with New Kids on their albums.
I mean, that's not at all surprising.
On their albums are done by New Kids.
Of course, Maurice is singing backgrounds on some of their earlier works that he produced. You can hear his sound all over it. That makes total sense.
Always been done by them.
And that's very common.
Okay, well, there's nothing that we can do at this point but to say, ladies and gentlemen, singing live.
That said, I personally would like to sue Maurice for that unnecessary product in his hair. Looks horrible. Sorry, I said what I said. Okay, I just have to pause to share my thoughts before I forget them. I personally don't care that much about lip syncing or using some trickery to get through a more intense performance. When it does become a problem for me is when an artist is using it as a crutch or a way to avoid singing a song that they have no business singing in the first place vocally, if that makes sense. Like I said earlier, it's so common in pop music for artists to rely more heavily on backing tracks when they're performing something more intense, especially when there's choreography. However, if you're performing like an acoustic set and lip syncing that's just weird. And if you lip sync through an entire show, especially a concert where people are paying to see you, that's also a problem. Again, this is just me personally, but once an artist has proved to me that they are able to sing at least their own material live, then they already have my respect. They have nothing to prove to me at that point. So if they are, relying more heavily on a backing track during a tour for some songs just to preserve their voice or, to make sure they don't get fatigued, whatever the case may be, I'm fine with that. And especially today, 2025, if you're watching a televised or live streamed performance, chances are there's some trickery going on. That's just how it is, especially unnecessary pitch correction. That's going on a lot these days, unfortunately. But I digress. My point is, even if New Kids on the Block were to lip sync certain parts of songs or, let the backing track do the work, I'd be fine with that because they have proven to me more than enough that they can actually sing live. And like I said, they already have my respect, so it's all good. And that goes for every other artist I listen to as well. And again, this is just my personal opinion. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who feel completely different. That's just how I feel. Wait, I kind of love Danny with this bowl cut. Wow. Buzz cut. Oh, that's embarrassing.
I got something to say about all this nonsense going on. So, band, I want you to change the pace. Now, how many times can my crew get dissed? Before I go get pissed, I heard a little sucker said we don't sing on our records. Now wait a damn second. All for the dollar bill. You sold out, but now it's time to shut your mouth. And on the switch, let's change the pitch and talk about the sucker who went out like a bitch. Sold out the crew and later this you. And now it's time for me to diss you. You wanna make a little dough just by living like a hoe, yo? Huh, I don't think so. They got the nerve to come frontin' with your booty whack lifestyle. But hey, yo, you living foul. Another lynch who's trying to spread through our bread like smokers. But he ain't nothing but a sucker.
First time was a great time. Second time was a blast. Third time I fell in love and that's why you got the right stuff, baby. Love the way you turn me on. You got the right stuff, baby. You're the reason why I sing this song.
All that I needed was you in my life. You're so right, and all that I wanted was you. You made all my dreams come so true, baby.
Okay, I'm gonna need them to cool it with the lights. Oh, that was fun.
New kids, we'll be right back. Let's go to Australia. It'll be something on a long flight. New kids on the block. Yeah. Okay, now let's hear what they have to say. Now, I'm going to ask you to hold it down because they've come a long way, many hours to justify their careers, to save their dignity, their pride, all that kind of, I mean, they are here to speak. How did you all first hear about this controversy?
I had first heard about it when my manager came to my room in the morning. Dick Scott came to the room and he said, yeah, you heard about, so-and-so. He's supposedly suing Maurice and said you guys didn't sing. And I laughed, I out and out laughed. Me and Dick both laughed because we figured it was just a, we've known the dude, you know what I'm saying? He worked with us for a while. In fact, he was on the show with us before here, and we know how he is, you know what I'm saying? It's not the first time he's tried to do something like that. And so really, we just laughed it off. Everybody was just laughing off until we found out that the worldwide media had given this dude instant credibility and put him on the headlines of all the papers and basically just took this guy out of nowhere and said, oh, he says you know, this guy, supposedly the New Kids producer, which everyone knows Maurice Starr is our producer. We've been criticized.
What is this guy?
For years. He was our musical director for about 4 months.
And why is he no longer here?
It's a long story, but
whack.
it's
But
not.
but-
It's not. Yeah.
We basically just let him go. You know, he'll claim that he wasn't fired, but you know, we did let him go.
Yeah, he wasn't.
If we wanted him to be here, he'd be here. So, I mean, you know, we didn't say you're fired, but we said.
Yeah, there's a lady over there that I talked to, and she said something very interesting. She said she's been to a lot of concerts, and she's heard some bad notes, so she thinks it's live. No, you're being honest, because
It's
they're
true.
human. Luther Vandross hits a bad note every now and then. He's a human
Rarely.
being. Yeah, rarely. But you know, as a matter of fact, Sandy, they talked about the previous performance. Show the first time they were ever here.
Oh, no!
Yeah. Yeah.
All that I needed was you.
Oh my gosh. The hats.
And all that I wanted was you.
Oh, I'm getting that kids with me.
Why did you do that?
The reason I pulled that clip was because you all have grown a lot as musicians, as artists. If somebody was singing, they would have did some of the notes different.
Why you looking at me, man? But you know what? I'll speak on that. I'll speak on that. You know,
Oh, by the way, some of those background vocals were in a what?
an emulator.
Yeah, but you all, your mics were open. I know that from our
Yep,
sound guys,
yep.
and you all sang background over that. But all
Absolutely.
leads were live, and you can
Yep.
tell by.
Shade. Oh, the shade.
Bring up none of your first acting roles or nothing like that.
Okay, because he's gonna pull an Amazon Women from the Moon clip. Now, don't do that.
No.
Go on, say what you're gonna say. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
it's you know that's part of the reason why we're here. You know what I'm saying? We've never claimed to be great singers. You know what I'm saying? And our fans know that. And you know, I don't think anybody has ever considered us to be great singers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you've read any record review for the last 3 years, it says New Kids can't sing. They sing lousy on the records. They're not good singers. They barely carry their tunes. So it makes it all the more ridiculous why everyone would all of a sudden believe that a really, really, really great singer who's been singing for over 20 years, Maurice Starr, could be the voice on those records. You know what I'm saying? We've never claimed to be great singers, but we carry our own weight and we do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, at the same time, you have very low self-esteem. I'm going to defend the group. You know what? I grew up listening to a lot of stylistics, Russell Tompkins Jr. Yeah. And, you know, you have a really nice falsetto, man. You know? And y'all do get the job done. How about the allegation
speaks the
that
truth.
Coke commercial was not sang by New Kids on the Block?
It was a lie.
The Coke people were right there when we did it. We recorded it in, I think, a hotel room. We recorded it.
Yeah.
And they were right there when we sung the commercial. So, I mean, we sung the whole thing. They were right there.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a commercial and
Coca-Cola. Oh, they sang in a Coke commercial. Did not know that. For a brief second, when he is talking about the Coke allegations, I thought that was going somewhere else.
And while we're in commercial, would y'all show me how you do the thing from the Coke commercial where you do this part right here? This, on a real thing where y'all do this right here? We'll be right back. You know that part
Well, now I need to see the commercial. I feel left out.
There have been charges made by. There have been, there have been charges made by other people other than this Miss McPherson guy. There's a guy named James Capra. Who is he?
That's a crazy dude. No, he's he worked. He wrote co-wrote one of our songs on our first album, Angel, and he just kind of, I think, one day woke up and saw the headlines and said, maybe I can get some money. He is a nice guy, just like Greg in his right mind can be a nice guy too. I don't want to, make him sound like a bad guy, but you know, James.
Guys, I gotta be honest. There's a part of me that just loves the messiness of talk shows in the 90s and early 2000s, like very early 2000s. Like the invasive questions and shade being thrown all around. That just doesn't happen anymore, and probably for good reason. But watching things like this as a time capsule, it's quite entertaining.
Wrongly accusing person.
I think
The song, wait, the song Angel. I guess the allegation is that you didn't sing the lead on that.
Well, that I did. You can check it. I said the lead.
Yeah. Is that what he's saying though?
I don't know what he's saying. I don't know the charges on
Australia.
that. No, I don't know what the charges are, but I definitely sang on that song.
Yeah, and
You can check it.
and no one has ever sang lead on a New Kids album other than the gentleman minus myself sitting here.
Oh, we did a duet on the first album with a girl named Phaedra Butler, and that's credited on the album. And a friend of ours named Dana did a rap and some lead on another song, which is another duet. So, I mean, it's not, you know what I mean, it's not nothing that's never been credited or registered, you know what I mean? And all the allegations that this guy McPherson made about our stuff was all from the Hangin' Tough album, and he said that, you know, we only sang 20% of it, which, you know, is basically just nonsense, you know what I'm saying?
He wasn't even there. He wasn't
Exactly.
even there
He's
when
never
we recorded it.
In fact, he's never cut any vocals I know of me, or I don't know if anyone else in the group. I don't think he's ever been in the studio with us to record vocals at all. So I don't even know where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying?
And this other guy, this other guy, John Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Who is he?
He was our former production manager. In fact, when we were on tour in '89 and did use tapes to back up our show, he was the guy who usually played the tapes.
And he talks in the paper about the 1989 Disneyland incident.
What's that?
Well, you were there. I guess he said a tape machine broke down.
I don't know. I remember the first show we did with the tape machine in 1989. And every time we've used the tape machine, it does not mean our mics were not on. Our mics have always been on.
We're not
anytime we use the
lip-syncing
tape
at that
machine. Yeah.
time. We're not
And
lip-syncing with
the first show we ever did with the tape machine, the tape stopped right in the middle of the first song. The show kept going. We didn't stop. The tape was backwards because John Wright had rewound it wrong, and the tape started playing like so we turned the tape off and just kept going, you know what I mean? It's never been an issue where we can't sing on stage. Understand, it's an issue of, it was our first tour, just like our Arsenio performance was the first ever television performance.
But talk about the ones after that, because you didn't bring McPherson with you or that machine.
No,
we didn't
nothing.
have anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we got into a point where, you know, the gentleman up there said, you know, it's fine if they do, which is fine. Artists can do that. I think it's up to them if they want to do that and use backing tracks. But I mean, we're at a point in our career that we don't want to do it. And maybe it'll be better. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll sound better, but we don't want to do that.
Exactly.
And we're singing totally live.
We're not the only ones who have done it, too. I mean, pop icons have lip-synced and used tapes. I mean,
Bigger than
big
us.
names, huge name. And it's like, you know, it's an MTV age where people want to see people dance and stuff. And you can't always sing great when you got these big dance routines and stuff, so.
But, okay, so when you all came back to the show, what made you, I mean, when you came back here, those second and third times?
I'm just over the moon because they basically just backed up everything I said a few minutes ago.
See, I'm telling you, I have the mind of a I have the mind of a mastermind. What's that? I don't know, but you know, I'm so creative like that.
See, I'm not always an idiot, guys. I'm not always an idiot. I know some things.
We have been doing that we have been on tour, you know, singing live for a while before that. After Greg was let go, we, you know, sung live after that point, you know. So we just were doing it at that time, and we just came on in and did it here.
Yeah, I think it's more a matter of freedom. And, you know, it's like what we just did with these songs right here. If we were using tapes, you know, to enhance our singing, we couldn't have the freedom to change it around and make a medley just like that at the drop of a dime. You know what I mean? We just put this thing together the day we decided we were coming here, which was like 3 days ago or 4 days ago. We just put it all together.
One of the guys said that you wrote the rap on the plane and changed the whole thing.
Last night I wrote that rap and practiced it in the bathroom on the plane. The stewardesses thought I was crazy. Yep. Yeah. I sat in the bathroom. Yeah, I mean, but that's the beauty of playing live. You know what I mean? You know, if people use tracks or tapes or sequences, whatever, that's fine. You know, we've used it before. We're not ashamed to say that we've used it before, but we feel, you know, we spend a lot of time and put a lot of hours into having to not use them, into having the freedom to really, you know, explore on stage and really be a live group. And, you know, we're very proud of that. And, you know, we're not going to let nobody take that away from us. You know, the person who's making the claims that we still lip sync has not seen a New Kids show in over a year and a half and obviously does not know what he's talking about, because our show at this point in time is 100% live. If anybody anywhere in the world doubts it, come on and see. We'll give you a free tour of the stage. We'll let you watch the people put the stage together. It's totally live. And we've come a long way to achieve that. And we don't want nobody to take that away from us. You know, foul notes or not.
Yeah. You've come a long way. You've come a long way not only as New Kids, but some of you are producing the #1 records for other people. Yeah, I know you are. Yeah.
Man,
And you're working on an album, right?
Well,
Or did you lie to me last time I saw you?
no, you know, we've been talking about doing solo albums. But whatever decisions we do make, we're going to make it as a group. And we thought that another New Kids album would be better. You know?
Yeah. But you're going to do more producing, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Danny, like I said last time I was here with my brother, Danny's producing, what, 4 groups, and great stuff, you know what I mean? I'm doing my brother's new album right now as we speak. You know, we've all been writing songs and stuff, you know, for a while, you know what I mean? And it's, you know, it was only just a matter of time before, you know, we really tried to explore production and writing and stuff, and I think, you know, it's really great to do that, and we're definitely going to keep pursuing that, you know.
Have I covered it all? What? You want to know about, oh, you want more music?
I sure do.
Y'all gonna sing something else? You got something else you can sing?
You're gonna get us. We'll get ready. Are we gonna give us a couple minutes, maybe a break, a little commercial?
Maybe we could work something out or something, as long as it's live.
Oh, it's live.
Well, let's kick it. Take a commercial. We'll be right back.
Jeez, that was an exhausting conversation. Not because of Arsenio, just in terms of the topic. You know what, I'm not even gonna dive further into it. I think I've said all I need to say, so, you know, maybe another day I will revisit this topic. But let's get into this final performance. Of course, they're finishing on one of my favorites. I love Joey's outfit change. You know, the funny thing is, I could see Joey wearing something similar today, except his pants would be much tighter. That's a gorgeous harmony.
Never ever leave me, girl. Promise your love to me forever. Say you'll never leave me, girl.
That little acapella moment at the end was everything. Props to them for getting the timing perfect on that, because I know that is not easy. Of course, they probably had some sort of clicking track in their ears, but still, you know, vocals are completely exposed at that point. They absolutely killed those performances. So guys, funnily enough, after I watched the Arsenio video, guess what popped up on my YouTube homepage? The Coca-Cola commercial I said I wanted to see. So I thought, why not just take this opportunity to go ahead and watch it. Is that the move Arsenio was talking about? Oh, a little behind the scenes action? It's always so funny seeing Donnie with big hair. Again, just because I was introduced to New Kids on the Block after 2008, so seeing Donnie with big hair always throws me for a loop, but I love it. And I would imagine the filming of that ad was a pretty big deal at the time. Just seeing the behind the scenes, it looks like they did not hold back on the scale. It was really cool. Thanks, YouTube homepage, for actually recommending something that I'm genuinely interested in for once. Alright, now back to my outro. Overall, that was a very fun thing to watch as a more recent blockhead. And so again, guys, let me know what other New Kids, late 80s, early 90s things you'd like me to check out. Basically anything else pre-hiatus before I continue diving into Jordan and Joey's solo works. I know Donnie has some solo work as well that I need to get into, but also I want to make sure I cover as much as I can from this era of New Kids before I fully dive into 2008 to present day New Kids. But guys, let me know what you thought of these performances, and I'd also love to hear your thoughts on what was discussed during the interview. Oh boy, that's all for this one though. Until next time.